Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in and check out your boy P Funk Thinking Right out here in my life, and I'm in the book. Oh, it's about to get funny. We about to have a good lesson today. See these kids here? We're gonna talk about the vowels, and the concept is the subconscious programming of vowels. Ancient Egyptians didn't use them. Let's talk about it. Radism, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. There's always a message in my stories for life. I give life lessons. You tune in to receive them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinkers way of life through mental and spiritual discipline. Practice daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission is that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to, know thyself. See where we're going with this? Let's get there together. So I asked the question, do you know you? You well when I'm through. That's what I do. It's rhetorical, but if you don't have the answer for yourself, tune in. I got you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. Don't be them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believes and thinks that they know dangers, avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm your spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself and to Maya be true. They didn't plan this the mind game on us for a long time. I'm about to expose a few things about this little thing y'all call the vowels. AEIOU. I owe you what? And who do I owe? Let's talk about it right quick. This is gonna be a short lesson, but one page. But I'm gonna play with it a little bit. Hopefully, I got my pulpit. I'm gonna preach a little bit now. I'm gonna teach and preach at the same time. See how that work out. All right, let's go right there. When we were very young, that's what it gets you mentally. We start school. One of our first things that we were taught is the what? 5 major vowels, always presented in the order AEIOU. It's not an accident that the final 3 vowels, IOU, sound exactly like the phrase IOU. Not yet. Okay, stay with me. Stay with. Don't worry. See if we get clear, a little clearer. Let's go now. But this specific sequence wasn't chosen at random. No. Why? It's designed to what? Install in our subconscious minds a message from an early age. We are sucked in to this concept. And as we go along, see if we can pick up where I'm going with this, with the education system. I got a problem with it, always did. And this is a perfect example showing. And moving on, I just did it with the college degree. Now I'm going from college. They make you put the black cap on, the little mitre top. You got your little degree. Of course, get your diploma. Got your little black gown on. You putting matter over spirituality. They teach you that, and they started right here subconsciously. What's this? This is what made you go get that damn degree. What's this? Why I owe you. Remember, I said that. What's this? From birth, and this is from my man, the psychologist. He says, until the age of 7, our first 7 years, our brains, our ego, our self, our id, as Carl Jung called it, are being programmed. I live the same concept. I'm a product of my environment, and everybody is. That's no different. But watch this. It's proved out right here. For the first 7 years, a child's subconscious mind is wide open. I mean, it don't scrutinize. It don't have no discernment of what's right and what's wrong. It's just wide open. So it's susceptible, and it absorbs all information without critical analysis, No question. Yeah. You take that for the first 7 years. So that's what you structure with. That what they gave you, your parents. Okay, that guy. But during these formative years of your life, your brain is operating in a state of similar to what they call hypnosis. It don't really know, but it's taking in, it's absorbing. It ain't made no distinction yet. It's still applying itself, still working together. And that's what the concept of the mind. Making it especially what? Susceptible for what? Programming. That's why they get you at a young age. Get in your subconscious mind, say a bunch of Billy Goods. Why? You ain't ask no questions. They treat grown people like they do adults now. Why? Y'all so ignorant, they can tell you pretty much anything and you'll go with it. It's like a kid, a baby. But the belief, and you got a whole system based on what? Belief. The beliefs and the patterns that's embedded during this time will become deeply rooted and have a lasting impact on their life. They know that. They know that. Understand this. Watch this. When I say they, powers that be, that's that other guy, not us. It's no coincidence. Okay, this is all Christian based information. Okay, this ain't Egypt. No, this is all Christian based. I can distinguish between that. And watch this. Now, from there's no coincidence. Where are we at? Oh, yeah, ego. Okay. So now the belief and the patterns that's embedded in these philosophy that we taught early in life can become deeply, and that's their intention. Their intent is to make it become rooted in your subconscious mind. Now it's not a coincidence that this is when what children are introduced. You ready? To fundamental concepts. Being able to think on their own, supposedly. No, they got you already trapped. So they're going to tell you what and how to think. Watch this. And like the sequence of the vowels. Stop right there. Hold on 1 second. Excuse me. Yeah, it's no coincidence that the educational system implemented what? That this is when your children are introduced to what we call fundamental concepts. Vowels. You gotta know the vowels. You gotta know the vowels. Remember the day? You gotta know the vowels, right? And what's this about? Like the sequence in the vowels. You're gonna get better understanding. They want you to learn the vowels in this order. Alphabetically, I did come out. Okay, that's fine too. But quick note: the Egyptians hated vowels. They didn't use them. You got some Russians who didn't use the vowels either. All the sentiment, all the consonants in the letter, they didn't use vowels either. This is the reason why they thought vowels was evil in witchcraft. Okay, old voodoo concept. Okay, witchcraft with the letters vowel they use. And right here, now it's not. I didn't have no clue. That information, I just packed it away. Yeah, they didn't like the vowel. Whatever. Okay. Now, this book just opened that Pandora's box and showing me this is probably the reason why they didn't like them. Watch this now. Learning the vowels and the order A, E, I, O, U. It sounds innocent. Take the A and E off. What you got? I, O, U. What? And during this crucial time of you learning and developing the phrase embeds what? This sequence into your embed is in your subconscious mind. What? I owe you. And this message subliminally, okay, they putting it in there, they plugging it in there. Real insignificant, but they know they interjected it to be there. And this message within the vowels, I owe you. That's mind games. And they've been doing this for a long time. They learned it from the Greeks. And the Romans just went buck wild with it. Now it's everywhere. Symbolism. Watch this. In the education system. Now this becomes a part of your fundamental belief system, your consciousness. And it's a subtle programming that they just planted. They just, put it like a bug. They just put it there. And now for us from our early age, it's been in our mindset. And we adopt that mindset of what? Obligation and compliance to what? The powers that be. The manipulators, the ones who behind everything, they setting the tone. So they got generation of it. They're gonna fall in line. They're gonna comply. They're gonna do just what we tell them to do. That's the general public, the masses. They think y'all stupid and they play y'all like a fiddle. okay, with no regard, no concern. They don't give a damn. This aligns with what? The broader intention. What's that? The broader intention of the education system that's embedded in the planet for us right here in America. Watch this, pay attention. This is going to get a little interesting. Which is less about fostering independent, aka thoughts, right thinking, and creativity and individuality, knowing yourself, and it's more about producing individuals who will adhere to societal rules, follow rules, go to school, get a good education, go to college, make more money, get a career, buy a house, big car. Yeah, that's programming. That's programming. That ain't the stereotypical way of America life. It's for certain people, but it's a programming to make you comply with what they want you to do. This was done at an early age. Remember, they're doing this in preschool, grammar school before we start out. First 7 years. It's embedded in the mind. Watch this. So now you got what we call education system. The system that we practice, that's been set forth, is designed to create a mindset of what? Of subordination, rather than encouraging free thinking. Free your mind and ask the Father. George gave us funk. Free ourselves, become our best self. He was doing it from a musical aspect because this programming, watch this, it encourages free thinking, and it don't encourage, rather it encourages free thinking and independence. This system to create a mindset of subordination rather than encouraging free thinking and independence. Why? Your boy, John D. Rockefeller, know him? Who played a key role in shaping the modern education system. Did you know that? Who started education? Wait, no, God dog it. You don't know nothing, but swear you do. Again, you learn something. Read, listen, do something, but stop with I thought, or I heard. Did you know anything for yourself? So this guy who created the modern education system, why? Okay, right there. And famously said, this is his words. And this the guy we got in charge. He's in charge of education. That's like the clown we got in the White House saying this stupid stuff every day. I don't want a nation of right thinkers. He don't want us. He don't want us. He don't want us. He want a bunch of what? I want a nation of ignorant workers. An ignorant man, all he can do is labor. That's all he gonna do. That's what he wants from what? Society. And this mindset is reflected even in the way we are taught something as what? Fundamental as the vowels. That's how anal they are to what? Mind playing you, putting you in a position where they can control, manipulate you. Again, from inside. Conditioning you to now what? Accept whatever that you owe something to what? Society or the authority figures. That's brainwashing 101. Right there. We got them. What? They're going to be obedient. And those who step out of line, we take care of them. But the majority of them are going to comply. They're going to just get in line, just do what they say, follow orders. Independent thinkers, y'all call it radicals, y'all rabble rousers, your problem solvers. Why? Because y'all ain't compliant. That ICE group, when you had without, what the rule? Comply or die. What the hell? Come on, they got no regard for life. That's what I'm trying to tell you. They don't give a damn about human life. They follow orders. Like machines, like robots. If you can get an individual to think like that, all you gotta do is make a bunch of robots to do the same thing. Okay? We headed that way. AI, hello, AI. They're playing the game, Mortal Kombat nonsense. They underground, scrounging to survive. Well, who they fighting? Up above ground. AI. Don't y'all know the prophecy? Man will reach his zenith, and when he reaches his zenith in technology, he will self-destruct. So what man doing? Rushing to reach his zenith in technology to see if it's true? Yeah, most prophecies and sayings are true. Well, the question is, you really want to find out? Okay, have at it. So here we are on that journey to see if man will self-destruct again. Okay, catastrophically, we had catastrophe that wiped us out, the flood. Yeah. But now, man is going to do. We got nuclear weapons that can destroy the earth. We ain't got but one. Ain't but one, and we ain't been nowhere else. So what the hell? Protecting this ain't even important right now. Well, we won't take nothing about. We can go to other planets. You dumb. Moving on. Get out of that mindset. Back to the lesson. Sorry about that. Let me wrap this up. I see the clock. All right, I gotta do what I gotta do this morning. Where we at? They want you to be accountable to the authority. Follow the orders. That's what they want. A bunch of robots. Just do what we tell you to do. Comply again or die. The educational system today sucks. I hate it. I hate it. It's structured to produce conformity. Robots, drones, unthinking, unproducing, uncreative people who just do what they was told. Modern day slavery with no chains. Not independent thinkers, free thinkers. No, they don't want that. Why? Got to change the dynamic of everything they got going. Their little setup will be taken away. But the subconscious influence of this programming that they put on us will affect how we see our roles in society. They give it to you at an early age. They indoctrinate you to what? Be quiet. Yeah. He combated that with be a bad guy. Okay, so I on the other side of the fence. All right, but that's what's shaping you to be what? Compliant workers rather than independent right thinkers. You know they don't like me. No, they don't like me. Why? I'm trying to help you. They don't want that. For you, not if they, if they stop me, that means you won't get the lessons I'm giving you on a day-to-day basis. They hate that. I've been doing this now for 6 years. They let me do what I'm doing. No, I don't mess with them. You can operate your little right thing, and a few people follow you in. But if we start waking up and becoming conscious, y'all can put me on the hit list. Don't do that. I don't want that. I'll just keep us what we're doing now, nice and smooth. Let me wrap this up for you. I'm good at working under the radar, thanks to that guy. I don't want to be the front line. I don't be no. I don't want to be the first nothing. Okay, no. Moving on. In reality, let me wrap it up for you now. This I've been freaking out because they've been duping us, and I'm trying to say I didn't know this about it, but this part I didn't know about. But it makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense. I couldn't figure out why my boys don't like vowels. 30 years in Egypt. I know you don't do vowels. I know. I always knew that. Again, that's part of they don't do vowels. Okay. But I didn't know. I knew why, but I see why now. Let me wrap this up. Again, in reality, in the present day, right now, we all possess a mind that's capable of what? Tapping into what we call Akash. My man Saudi Luba called it Akash. We call it Akashic. That's the records that in the universal consciousness that's tapping into God, becoming one with God. I teach that philosophy in my right thinking concept. So I get what he talk about, becoming one with God, knowing thyself, heart, mind, coherence. I got all that stuff too. And it's often referred to as what? As the mind of God. We call it the Akashic Records. Knowing all. God knows all. If you tap into God, you got the power, you got the access to all. But the main thing you need to know is what? Yourself. So damn the all. God takes care of that. Your job to know yourself. See where I'm going with this? That's my teaching. That's my philosophy. But we are inherently divine, spiritual, free beings. What? Meant to live by a intrinsic, your instinct to laws of what? Goodness and morality, aka Mayat philosophy. That what? All resides within our hearts and mind. Not by external rules that man makes. Religion is man's rules. That ain't God's rules. That ain't God's words. That ain't God's laws. Stop with the this God, this is words of God. Who's the red is Jesus? Stop. Excuse me. We get back to the vowels. We talking about the kids. I'm talking about y'all. But they had external rules that what limits our potential. Yeah, they put a cap on what you can, how far you can go. Master's degree, BA degree, associate's degree, master's, PhD. Okay, all those they just keep chasing the carrot, the proverbial carrot, to be what? To be better than normal. Don't be like regular people. So they get a degree. I'm Dr. So-and-so. I'm Professor so-and-so. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, moving on. But you don't understand or you don't know who yourself. And by understanding these subliminal messages, by being programmed, that's been programmed into us and have been for generations, and how it can help us to break free. The matrix, y'all talking about the matrix. Yeah, the ignorance, that's the matrix. Not knowing puts you in a position of ignorance, not knowing what's going on. Find out, understand, know thyself, and break free. That's what they don't want. Race, and by doing this, thinking right, you can now reclaim your own independence and cultivate your what? Own free mindset that values creativity, morality, intellect, and this is how you become free, and you're able to now free mindset, not superstitious belief mindset, a free mindset to be able to pursue your own true purpose in life, which is to know thyself. I put that down in my own writing, okay? This is my handwriting here. But the end goal for this in life, damn the vows. Okay? That's the setup. But the knowing thyself ain't got nothing to do with the vow. And that's why the Egyptians didn't use them. I understand a lot better now. This is good, informative for me. I learned something with this thing right here. And I always know education system here is the worst. Why? It's brainwashing. It's indoctrination. I've been saying that for years. But again, I got it from him. I use his concept. And I hope I got my point across. Oh, we about to get into alcohol. I don't drink. And this is the reason why. I got a good purpose, reason not to do that nonsense. So right there, in closing, the next lesson is going to be about alcohol. And for all y'all who think it's what the government say is legal, don't care what the government say. I don't drink. Why? It ain't good for you. All those who, don't know it ain't. Moving on. I'll be right back. In closing, right thinkers, may you all let it be 100. Again, be 100 miles a day. So I know that my right thinkers, I'll never know that my right thinkers who now understand the subconscious programming of the vowels have passed away. I don't like vowels either.